All right, what's going on, y'all? Yay, Adrian's here. What's going on? We're just gonna give some time to have everybody join in and have Coach Ninja come on here. Hi, Fatah. Janasia's on here. That's what's up. Coach Ninja's here in the house. Jerome in the house. Nah. What up, Carzel? It's good to see all y'all. This is exciting. I'll braid you up. I'm sure Rocky will braid you up. Coach Ninja, go ahead and request to join. Let's see. I got you. Request right now. Then we're going to get started. What up?
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Coach
Assalamu
Ninja.
alaikum, everybody. Peace be with you.
Dang, I was going to hit you with it first because you told me that I was supposed to say it to you first.
Okay, go ahead.
I was ready.
Okay, go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That means, may the peace, mercy, and blessing of the all-powerful Creator be with everyone.
Yes.
Especially you, sister. All right, so what I'm trying to do, because I don't want to hold the phone, I'm trying to set up my little tripod so I can just be like, boom, right here.
Okay, fancy.
All right, yeah. I mean, I'm not fancy. I'm just a little lazy. You know what I'm saying?
No, you ain't. Go ahead and take your time. We usually get about 5 minutes or so for everybody to join and come in. Sometimes we start with music, and I was just about to ask you, like, what is it? You taught me about something. I forget what it's called, but like a chant to help, like, with the energy or.
Oh, nasheeds.
Yeah. Let me see if I can look up one. And I lost my pen. How do you spell it? Let's see. Greetings, everybody. We got Adrian in the house. We have Janasia in the house. Carzel's here.
Hold on. I'm really struggling with this thing.
Fatah's here.
Dang. I didn't know my new phone was this freaking wide. Like, it's wide. Okay.
Fancy times two. Coach Omera.
Yes.
How do you spell Nasheed? I think that's what you said.
Nasheeds.
Okay. Nasheeds without music, Nasheeds for kids.
Yeah, nasheed without music. All right, can you help me? Help me, please.
All right. Happy Wellness Wednesday, everyone that's getting on here. We're so grateful that you're here. We will be starting in just a minute or so. We are working through the technical aspect.
Oh, you're not going to lock it in place for me? It's cool, I got it.
Let's see. It says without music. Is that it? Is that good?
I can't hear it. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right. Everybody say hello to Baby Yoda.
Hello, Baby Yoda.
I call him Baby Yoda because you see how his ears kind of like go sideways like Yoda. That's why I call him Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda, I got it. All right. So it is 1:05. We have 12 beautiful people on here with us. So we just want to say hi, welcome. We're so glad that you're here. This is Lead the Way Learning Academy's Wellness Wednesday, with this edition starring Coach Ninja. And so what we've shared with Coach Ninja is that for Wellness Wednesdays, we like to get an idea of who you are, through our lens. And so we do youth workforce development. We work with 16 to 24-year-olds through their journey with the 4 E's. And so that's enrollment or higher education, employment, entrepreneurship, or enlistment. And I know you I think you have experience in all 4, which is, of course, like you would just knock it out of the park. Everything comes so easy, mashallah.
Yeah, there you go, mashallah.
I used it in the right context. For those of you who don't know,
Yeah.
I have beautiful friends who teach me Arabic and about culture and the faith every day that I'm grateful for. Happy Ramadan to everybody right now. I didn't do the best job being prepared. And so I'm a little parched, but that is just about what it is. But my spirit's full. So it is what it is. So Coach Ninja, if you want to give a little bit of an introduction to who you are with the rest of us, that would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, so I don't know, my screen is kind of freezing up right now, but hopefully people can see me. But so, okay, assalamu alaikum. That means peace be with you. So a little bit about myself. I have not always been Muslim. I've actually used to be a Christian, and I became Muslim 5 years ago. So that's what my religious background. So I'm not like super like religious. So yeah, people see this and think, oh, she's super holy, but that's not me. I just try really, really hard. I don't know if this. She's freezing up. Is it still going? Like,
yeah,
is
it's
everything
clear
okay?
on my end, so you're all good over here.
Okay. So yeah, I'm not a super holified person, but I try really, really hard to do the things that, God has ordained for us. I'm not perfect. No one is. We're not created to be perfect. We're actually created to make mistakes. And that's how we learn. We learn from mistakes. If you do everything perfect, how do you ever learn anything? Everybody's just going to walk around being robots doing the same thing. We're going to have boring lives. So when I wear this, I embrace it because I'm really, really different, especially where I live. It's not too many people who actually embrace the religion in such a way that I have. With my background, I have a lot of life experiences that when people hear my life experiences, they're like, how are you this type of person when you dress like that? And I love that question. I love that question. The main reason I love that question is because everyone has a small scope of what your life is supposed to look like. If you are dressed a certain way, you're supposed to be a certain way. All right, and that's not right. Is so far from correct. So my main objective as being the Muslim that I am is to break down those stereotypes that us Muslim women, especially covered Muslim women, have. I don't know if you guys know or are aware of my background as far as like the sports, but I've always been into sports. My new embrace sports is football. Never thought I would be good at it. Never thought I would be even good enough to be a professional. If you living in the Columbus area, I know we got the COVID-19 thing that got everything shut down, clink, clink. But when everything starts back up, I want y'all to come out and support the Columbus Comets. That's a professional women's tackle football team. And I am a running back and not quarterback. And hold on, I'm learning my positions. Oh, receiver. I am a running back and a receiver for that team. So Columbus Comets. But I am a professional athlete. I used to be an amateur boxer, Golden Gloves champion, Olympic prospect. I used to be in the military, served my country. No, I didn't go over to the war and be like, no, I wasn't that type of soldier. I was more of like the special, like logistics type of soldier. I was in public affairs. I would do interviews like I would do now. I would do interviews and work with a big camera and stuff like that. But that's pretty much my background. High school, I played basketball, softball. I was into a lot of sports. So I develop my own basketball team that were all Muslim sisters. I hey behind I was inspired to do that because a lot of youth, especially Muslim female youth, they don't have a lot of outlets. The guys, they can fit in. The Muslim guys, they can fit in. They can wear basketball shorts, t-shirt, and just going about their way, be on any basketball team they choose. But as the females, we have to kind of keep our modesty even when we're, engaged in our sports. So that's one thing that I have done for a really long time. I have always put Islam first, whatever I'm a part of in my life second. So if I'm a boxer, you're going to see me boxing with my face covered in a skirt. That's how you're going to see me boxing. So many people.
Tearing them up, too.
Yeah, so many people have seen me. I mean, I've boxed against some of the nation's best. It's a girl named Christina Cruz. She's on the Olympic team, and like she loves sparring me because I'm really good work. And people always think like, hey, because you're wearing this, you're not supposed to have these capabilities. Like, how is that keeping me from doing this? Like, you see how loose and goosey this is? And yes, I can breathe under this. I'm not about to be wearing a thick wool on my face. It's it's breathable. So, a lot of people get that twisted. And so
and then they get caught.
Yeah. And, a lot of people get it twisted like a Rubik's Cube and a pretzel. But I'm here to say hey, you don't have to have a twisted pretzel. You can have a pretzel that's like a breadstick, So it doesn't always have to be one way to be a pretzel. That's my analogy of how I am. I like to be different, but also be the same. I'm a normal person. Yeah, I eat, I drink, I sleep. But I just covered. That doesn't make me different. So the things I do in my life, being a boxing coach, basketball coach, being an athlete, those things have really, really changed people's perspective of what a Muslim woman and how she's supposed to be. There's a lot of stigmas out there that's just totally different. It is. I mean, as my student right here, what's your experience with working with a Muslim like?
I think that my approach and my what I see is already different based on different experiences that I've had, and and based on my outlook. So when I recruited my coach, I could have been in the gym working with any number of those coaches, but I went directly to you because I saw your consistency, I saw your passion, I saw your skill, and then also not only are you a very skilled athlete, because that you are, I'm pretty sure you played other sports in college, which we might get to later, that's outside of basketball, boxing, and football. I'm pretty sure you played softball as well. Yeah. But you're good at all sports that I've ever seen you pick up. And then on top of that, you're a great educator. And I think that is what makes a great coach. There can be, I've worked with many collegiate, Division 1, 2, 3, and professional athletes in my career, but it's different. You can be a great athlete and not a great coach because you have to be able to communicate and teach, and you communicate and teach very well. And so I love learning from you. And I am a student. I love being a student. I'm a lifelong learner. So what I love about working with you is that I'm not just learning about boxing, even though I was learning about that at a very, I think, nice pace. I had a goal of sparring my partner when he returned. But I also learn about faith, and I learn about outlook, and I learn about culture, and I learn about life. And we're able to have very robust conversations about a whole lot of things. So that's what I appreciated about you.
And it's funny because when people get asked when they're youth, what do they want to be when they grow up? I was the only person that was like, I want to be a gym teacher, and I just knew that gym teacher was, the small-mindedness of what I really wanted to be. I wanted to be a health and fitness educator. That's what back in the day what a gym teacher was to me. They got to help people be, get fit and have fun with it. and educate them on some of the things about their bodies that I actually learned a little bit about, my body, and I've been applying that to my students. I'm like, hey, when you stretch a certain way, make sure it's like this, and what I'm saying, you're stretching this type of muscle, and we're working
Wait,
this
what are
type
you
of
saying?
muscle.
Because you didn't say it all. You learned a little bit about your body. What are you talking about?
Oh, about, like not just learning how to use it, but learning how to take care of it. With the profession that you're in, or side profession that you're in, which is, I don't know, you have a special name for it. I don't want
Manual
to.
therapy. I'm a certified athletic trainer. So
Yes.
when you
Okay.
come to
So
me as a client, you're saying,
yeah. So like I had learned those things from you, and I applied that to, my physical fitness training, because I don't just boxing train. I do physical fitness as well. I don't just have people just learning boxing. If they're interested in it, if they want to pursue it, I train them as though they're about to get ready for a fight. If they just want to do it for fun, I train them like they're about to get ready for a fight. Okay? So I have one standard of how I train people, because, hey, you never know when you need to use it. If I'm just training you and you just punching like this just to break a sweat, and you've been taking a boxing class for 2 years and you don't really know how to box, that's crazy to me.
yeah. And look, listen, not only are you not ready and the event is about to go down, but you put yourself in a compromised position using poor form and injuring yourself and having to come see somebody
Right.
like me. Yeah.
Right. So you know what? It's crazy, because I see a lot of that, and I said I'm going to be a different type of coach. I'm going to be the type of coach that actually people benefit from me from 5 minutes of training with me, or 5 years of training with me. I done went to different people around our gym and just gave them a pointer about something, and I will see them weeks later applying what I told them. Not because I'm their coach, because I have a passion about this, and I want people to benefit from what they're doing. It's no point in you being involved in something that you're not benefiting from. That's why I read a lot. I don't watch it. I don't even own a TV, guys. Like, I don't even own a TV. I got like fish tanks all over my house, so y'all can see. That is beneficial for me, because I'm getting, I call it extra credit from God for taking care of these fish. I'm not benefiting from just sitting in front of the tube, just like, that's funny. Okay, these people ain't paying me to watch them, so I'm not about to sit there and just waste my time. I have to do stuff that's beneficial. So I feel like I got to help others benefit their lives as well. You spend 2 hours in the gym, but you only sweating like you spent 10 minutes in the gym. You're not benefiting yourself. So I really want to like be that person that people can benefit from, but not take advantage of, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we got a comment from one of our coaches. It says beneficial.
That's funny. That is
Yeah.
so funny.
We had a few other people join the call. So what up, Nathan? Just wanted to say hi. And shoot, I know who Young Band 614 is, but I can't remember your name right now. So go ahead and drop your government first name so I can say hi to you, because I forget who you are.
Government first name.
Yeah. So this is a good start. It's a good start. I'm curious, in the comments, I'd like to see what different sports have you either participated in or you really interested in? Because I know that we have a lot of athletes in the out there. Oh yeah, Mikhail, what's up? I know you got that new job. I'm curious how that's going. What up, Cody? Yes. So
What's up,
I want to
Cody?
know.
Hey, Cody, that's my first sparring partner. Yo, like, I did not know how to box, and I remember when I walked into the gym, there were coaches was looking like, dang, who is this? She looked like, is she a pro? Never even stepped in a boxing gym. This dude helped me get to a really good level of boxing, because he was slick. Like, he was a young dude, and I was all older than him. I started in my 20s. He'd been boxing. He was like really young, and he was just playing with me all the time. But then I started getting better and better and better. And I mean, yeah, Cody. That was my sparring partner back then.
Yeah, shout outs to you, Cody. Because of you, we're all getting better. Our game is leveling up, so we appreciate that. So I want to see emojis for the different athletes, the sports you represent in the comments. So right now, Coach Omera shares that she used to play soccer and she used to play in a hijab. And
hey,
then
Asha.
yeah.
That's one of my sisters right there. I'm gonna
Hi,
start training
Usher.
her and yeah, sweet Asha. I'm gonna start training her inshallah. She's been wanting to train with me boxing all the time, but she hadn't had time. Now she got time. She's like, hey, I want to box with you. You know, I want to train with you. So I got you,
Yeah,
sis.
Coach Omera has different flexibility too. She coaches in the morning, in the evening. She has 2 locations that she was coaching from prior to the shutdown. So if you are passionate and you want to do it, she's gonna make a way or help
Right.
you make a way,
Inshallah. Yep.
inshallah. And then Nathan, he's interested in football, wrestling, and field. So he does field sports.
Okay.
Coach Amira says that she used to see you at Ronan and just be in awe of you. MashaAllah. You see that? Coach Greg says football. Mikhail says basketball. Yeah. Yeah. So one of the questions that we like to ask on here, and then if y'all have questions too, please put those in the comments so we can address those. This is just Coach Ninja and I can talk all day, especially now since the shutdown. We don't see each other as often as we used to.
Right.
All right,
I'm
Coach, I see
y'all
all
can't
your
already tell. I got the gift for the gab.
yeah, Fatah plays tennis. I knew that too. So that's right. But curious, so our age range is 16 to 24. So we asked people at age 17, what was your outlook? What were you looking to do? I know that you mentioned when you were younger, when people would ask that question, what do you want to be when you grow up? You knew gym teacher. That was the language that you were given. And I think that that's
Right.
so profound too, that oftentimes we don't necessarily have the language to say what it is that we want to commit to. And so I push back to people who say, what do you want to be when you grow up? Because the thing is, you can start today, right? You don't have to wait to get to this level to grow up, but you can start today. And she just said that gym teacher was the language that she had, but also describe to your AMP coaches, what is it that you enjoy? What is it do you feel that you want to bring to the world? Because now Coach Ninja said it was gym coach. Now I realize I want to be a health and fitness advocate and educator and bring that to the world. So
Right. Oh, to answer your question, Cody, yes, I'm still at Ronin. I just wanted her to finish her spiel, but I wasn't ignoring you. I am at Ronin Fitness.
Ronin.
So,
You're at
Ronin. Okay. Ronin. Okay, so
Ronin
yeah.
in Grandview,
When
Ohio.
you want to spar, I have time and I'm at the gym. Come on over.
Come
You
get
know where
this
it is.
work. No.
All right, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway, so the thing that I want to push forth with my abilities the most is being a role model and inspiring people to want to be healthy and want to be into fitness. The thing is, like, a lot of people think like it's like I don't have the ability because I'm not already fit. They feel like you have to already be fit to be fit. And I'm like, I have, like, this lockdown got me in a not so fit body. Like, I'm used to having a really fit body, but I'm not right now. But it doesn't negate the fact that I'm able to get that fit. You have to put in the work. And I want to be able to motivate, inspire, and really have people living a lifestyle of fitness, not just in health, healthiness, not just going to the gym, lose their weight, and then go back to their old ways. Make it a lifestyle. Like, it's actually a lifestyle for me to, like, I can't not do fitness stuff, or I cannot, have a health food snack or something like that. It's just a part of my life now. Just as easy as it is to pick up a bag of chips, it's easy for me to pick up, some sunflower seeds, So it's just like those types of things is a lifestyle. And I want to help inspire people to live that lifestyle and then motivate them to pursue the lifestyle, in the first place.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, when you were 17, what was your outlook? What were you looking to do? What was your path?
Okay, so that's funny because in middle school, I wanted to play the saxophone, right? I was like, I saw one of my friends, he like had an instrument, and I was like, ooh, I want to play an instrument too. But the band teacher didn't have the instrument I wanted to play, and I refused to play anything else. I was like, I want to play the saxophone, They didn't have it, so I waited to high school. So I got to high school, like, they were like, what instrument you want to play? You know, I was like, I want to play the saxophone. It was like, oh, you want to play the saxophone? I was like, yeah. You know, they gave me the biggest saxophone you can give a 60-inch person, the tenor saxophone. So I developed a nickname, Lisa Simpson, because you know how she used to play the saxophone, it was as big as her. That was me. Like, literally, my saxophone was super big, but I learned how to play that thing so good that I ended up getting a scholarship to college for it. And I didn't play as long as some of the people they've been playing since they were like, I don't know, 8, 9. I started at 13, and I was just as good as, you know, those kids. I got a scholarship. Throughout my high school career, I also joined the choir. I can't sing, but I can sing in a choir, but I'm not a solo artist, if that makes sense. All right. So I can like, you know, harmonize with people all day. But my voice by itself, I don't think it's that well. So I end
Okay,
up
harmonize all day.
yeah, harmonize all day. Me. Anyways, I pursued music throughout my high school career. Even though I was playing softball, I was playing basketball, I was doing a lot of activities in high school, but music just had my heart. So I ended up going to college and majoring in music education. So not just music where I wanted to perform, but I actually wanted to educate. That part always stuck with me. I always wanted to be some type of educator. I wanted to be a gym teacher. Then I wanted to be a music teacher. Now, you know, when I joined the military, you know, fast forward through my college career, I joined the military. Guess what I wanted to be? A drill sergeant.
A drill sergeant. So always there's a common theme there.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, ultimately, I have this passion to want to educate. No matter whatever I was good at, I wanted other people to be good at it because that's just how I was. So I was in middle school. Middle school, elementary. I was good at gym, so I wanted to be a gym teacher. Then high school, I was good at music, so I wanted to be a music teacher. You know, all the way through college, and I joined the military. I was good at being a soldier, so I wanted to be a drill sergeant. You know, so that just stuck with me. Education. And I was like, okay, that's what I want to be, an educator. What is it that I'm going to educate? What is it that drives me each day? Fitness. Oh, there's a such thing as a fitness educator, but they call it a personal trainer or a coach. That's me. I practice for at least 3 hours a day on my saxophone, where everybody else wouldn't even take their instrument home. Like, I used to catch the city bus home, and my case was huge, and people used to be like, yo, you walk with the heavy case. I really wanted to get good. I felt like I was left behind because I wanted to start in middle school. Everybody else started in middle school. I had to start in high school. So I practiced about 3 hours a day. My mom had a time limit of what I had to, put the instrument up. I couldn't play after 7 o'clock, So when she would wake up in the morning, I would, I asked her, can I at least play for a half an hour in the morning, before, if she took me to school, I could play. But if I had to catch the bus, I couldn't practice. And sometimes I would stay after school to practice until I started basketball. So then I couldn't practice as often. So weekend consisted of practicing my instrument. And it helped that I had someone personally that we were kind of competing. My best friend, this guy, he had the alto sax, I had the tenor. But we were competing with each other. Even though we had different saxophones, we were competing. And that's how I got really good, because I didn't want him playing better than me, and he didn't want me playing better than him. So it does help having a friend that's really, that you can compete with. Like how you like, hey, I want to be able to beat my boyfriend in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I need these skills. You have some level of competition, and that would motivate a lot of people to get better at whatever skill they're trying to develop.
That's what's up. See that we have another question in the comments. Where did you get your drive from, and how did you develop this work ethic?
Man, I have no idea. Like, I personally feel not everybody believe in God. That's cool. But me, I personally feel it was a gift from the creator. Like everyone is gifted with something. I was gifted with work ethic, like motivation, like inspiration. That's what my name Omera means. One who inspires, one who like to promote positivity. That's personally my name. And so that is something that I live by. You know, I have to inspire. I don't like when I'm not able to inspire someone. I don't care if I'm inspiring you to cross the street. I'm gonna make you the best street crosswalker ever. Okay? That's how it's, you know, inspirational of a person I want to be, or, you know, I feel like I'm blessed to be.
So yeah, I mean, even to piggyback off of that, I don't know why we say that phrase, piggyback, but anyway, follow-up question to that. It seems as though you will readily pick up a new, I don't know if you want to say like a new sport or
Uh-huh.
a new, I don't even want to say hobby, like a new way to express yourself and challenge yourself, where like you said before, people look at people who are fit and feel like, well, I can't participate because I'm not already fit. Explain your
Right.
outlook when it comes to jumping into something that you hadn't had prior experience, because from what you share, I feel like that's also a skill set that has kind of helped your trajectory, because it's like, I've never done this before, but I'm just gonna try it, or I'm just
Yeah.
gonna like talk us through that.
Okay, so something that I actually, you know, I went over this with my husband before. It's something that we get this guilty feeling of, I'm trying to explain it, but it's basically I would rather try something and fail at it than not try it at all and be like, oh, I coulda, I shoulda, I woulda. You know, I never know if I would have been good or bad at something unless I tried it. You know that, like, if you look at a new food and you're like, oh, that looks disgusting, and then you try it, it's like, oh my goodness, my taste buds are going crazy right now. That's just how I am with life in general. You know, like I tried being a Muslim and it fits into how I am as a person. You know, I could have tried it. It didn't work for me. And then I tried something else. I could try to be in a Buddhist or something like that. But I didn't close my doors to opportunity of, you know, making myself better. You know, so anything that I pursue, I go in with this aspect. I would rather go in and fail than not try it, and I could have or would have been good at it.
I feel it.
That's my take on that. Like the guilt of, it was a word though. The guilt of not trying something, like, oh, I could have did that or I should have did that, over like, dang, I did my hardest, and you know I didn't get the number one spot, but I was at number two. You know, I ain't never did it before, but I'm at the number two spot. You know, that makes you feel so good. Like with my language learning right now, I'm pursuing Somali, and so many people that are fluently speaking that, they're coming to me saying your Somali is better than mine, and I'm only saying 5 sentences.
All right, go ahead and break us off a
Because,
little bit.
oh, why you
Come
gotta
on,
put me on the spot?
cause you like being on the spot.
Okay. All right, so هذا الصومالي من برانا يا لكن وهي بان كان Somali gega caution waye iyo just caution waye like in wabaranai. Okay, so basically what I just said is right now I'm learning Somali, um and I only know a little bit though. I only know a little bit. My Somali is kind of rubbish, kind of trashy, but at least I'm learning.
Hey, I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Hey, anybody out here speak Somali that can maybe encourage Coach Amir, see where she's at? That would be great. That's what's up. Thank you so much for sharing that. There's two other things that are. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, like, anyone who's Somali out there, like, how was that? Like, rated 1 heart, 2 heart, 3 hearts, 3 hearts being the best, 1 heart being the worst. If there's fluent Somali speakers out there. Thanks. Oh, my sister Aisha on here, Nicole, sister Aisha. That's one of my homegirls.
Hey,
Sister
homegirl.
from another mister,
All right.
Oh, okay.
Baby.
She gave me 3 hearts. Oh, I got 3 hearts. Oh, I got 2 hearts. Okay.
But I gave you 3. Phaedra gave you 2.
Okay, that's good. I feel good. You see, when I try something and I would rather try it and fail at it,
Listen.
instead of, what I'm saying. You see how that makes my heart that just put flutters in my heart. Yeah, that really made me feel good.
That made me feel good too.
I don't know how to say sisters, but sister.
That's beautiful.
Oh, she said she don't speak Somali, but she'll still give me 3 hearts.
That's what's
Thanks,
up.
sister.
That's what's up.
All right. But she speaks Spanish, so gracias, mi amiga.
Yes. All right. We only got so much time because this was going to shut us off after an hour. And so there's things that I want to ask you. So talk to us about how you chose what college you went to. You said that you earned a scholarship for, I think, for your instrument and also for your voice. So for choir and for band. So that's super cool. And then, and
softball.
And softball. So you earned 3 scholarships. Yeah. So were you able to come out debt free? If you're able to share about that?
No, I wasn't able to come out debt free because the out of state tuition, like it really only paid for my tuition, it didn't pay for room and board. Gotcha. So room and board I paid for with work study, and work study it didn't all the way cover it. So I kind of took out a Sally Mae loan for like $2,000 or $3,000 to cover a year worth of room and board. And so the scholarships, they weren't full rides, but they paid because they paid majority of, like, throughout my whole college career. So pretty much the debt that I had was like maybe $6,000 overall. And
that's impressive.
Compared to some people. And then I was kind of upset sometimes where, like, everybody getting those refund checks, and I'm like, how you getting a refund check when you owing money? And I'm like, because they took out massive loans. Loans. I wasn't about that. Like,
listen, I was never about the refund check either. I was like, I don't know what this is, but I ain't cashing in on this. Y'all can put this right back in.
And
because I just didn't trust free money personally.
Right.
But so like, you're from Detroit, and then what institution did you go to?
Oh, I went to Kentucky State University. So that's a HBCU. For anybody that doesn't know what an HBCU is, it's a historically Black college and university. So they have a category of colleges that were like only Black students went to, that were developed by Black students, or just the Black community, because they were like trying not to let us get educated. When we get educated, we make changes. We don't just when African Americans, Africans, anybody African, melanin in your skin, y'all get educated, y'all change the world. That's just facts, okay? So we created colleges and universities that were like back in the late 1800s, and they're all considered historically Black colleges. So Kentucky State was one of them. It's located in Frankfort, Kentucky. And I really, really, really enjoyed my college, my college time, like the time I spent in college, because there was so much diversity. There were so many things that I didn't see, or I wouldn't have seen if I would have just, stayed home. But yeah, one thing that I did like about my college career is that I got to travel a whole bunch because of the choir, because of the band, because of the softball, because of the basketball. Like, I just got to travel so much, and it just kind of like made me, like, I don't know, like it made me a more open-minded person. I've noticed that people who haven't ventured out of the cities that they were born and raised in, that they're very closed-minded. you know, because they haven't experienced other tradition of people, like other culture of people within our own country, you know. So just imagine how they act with people who's outside the country, you know. That's why I don't know. A lot of foreigners are drawn to me because I'm like, oh, you foreign? Let me learn your language. Oh, you foreign? Hey, what about your culture? You know, I'm just that type of person, you know.
Yeah. We were having a conversation the other day about the difference between intellectual superiority versus intellectual humility and intellectual curiosity. So
Yeah.
what you're expressing is that you have intellectual curiosity. It's like
Yes.
I'm excited and grateful to learn about you and from you and with you, and just excited about
Right.
that experience. So that's really dope. So yeah, you said a lot about even your college pursuit. You said that you were from Detroit. You chose to go to school out of state at an HBCU. You earned scholarships for the saxophone, for choir, for softball. And because of your time in school, you also got to travel a lot and learn about a lot about different cultures and
Right.
experiences and people. So, and then you also started to say something really quick. We had a question in the comments about refund checks or loans. So from what I heard you say is that you took out an amount from loans that were just based on what you needed and not about extra money in your pocket.
Right.
And you also spoke a little bit about how you offset costs by work study jobs. And so these are all gems for all of our future college students and current college students to
Take
take.
advantage of those. Like, with the people who are pursuing higher education, college, community college, whatever type of college you want and pursue. You want to go to barber school or a culinary arts school, and if you have to dish out money and you don't have it, try to earn scholarships. There's so many websites, so many things that you can get a scholarship for, and just don't get into that. Oh, I can just get an easy loan. I can get a refund check, because you're going to ultimately have to pay that back. That's why I ended up joining the military, so I wouldn't have to pay that back. So that's where that I'm going into a career now. So they used to offer a student loan repayment, and basically you join the military, you serve an amount of time, and if you're in school, they will pay for your tuition. But if you're not in school, they will pay for up to a certain amount. They will cap out at a certain amount of student loans that you had when you were in college. And so I was like, I need to take advantage of that, because all I could remember is my mom just talking about how she didn't like that she signed for student loans for my siblings, and that's why she didn't sign for any student loans for me, because I was the youngest and she just didn't sign for it, and I had to do everything on my own. So I'm like, I don't want to be in debt like that, you know. So I found ways, you know, around that. So the military was one of the ways that I got rid of my student loans, and it was really good. I don't know if they offer that now, but back in '08, when I was in the military 12 years ago, that's just putting my age out there. When I joined the military, the student loan repayment thing and student tuition reimbursement was something that really, really was good for students. Anybody who was a student, being a part of the military was something to be a part of at that time as well. The military, I don't know if they're doing that type of deal now, but.
And you brought up something earlier. First, I want to know what branch of the military you went in, and then you also said that you weren't out there shoot 'em up, bang bang, because that's not everything that the military has to offer, right? And I think that's a common misconception, because I don't necessarily, I'm not quick to sign up our young people or say, hey, you should pursue this route, because, you know, I feel like I would never want to put them in harm's way. But can you explain that?
Yeah, and you know, I've had a few Muslim sisters come to me, and a couple of Muslim brothers. They, you know, every time they hear about my past with the military, I speak of it very highly when it comes to like, hey, if you don't have anything that you really know what you want to do with your life, a military would be a good way to develop a career, because it offers so many different types of jobs that you wouldn't even fathom. You know, it's like its own world of careers within itself. And the reason I chose it is because I didn't really know at that time. I got out of music and I was like, I wasn't being a music teacher anymore. Yeah, I had the education degree and stuff like that. But I was like, do I really want to be a music teacher? That's not what I want to be, you know. Plus, I got this debt I gotta take care of. I got in the military, and then I was like, I want to be a drill sergeant, you know. So the thing is, when I actually joined the military, it's because I didn't have a good home base. Like, I wasn't really close to my mom. I wasn't really close to my siblings. I didn't have a lot of friends I was really close to. So when I left, it was just like it was just me. I didn't have a connection with a lot of people. But if you are someone who, a family person, got a lot of comrades, got a lot of friends, going away to the military may not be the best choice for you. But if you're a loner, you know, and you don't have anything really going for yourself, it would be a really good choice, because you would develop yourself and be, you know, somewhat of a prestigious person just by, you know, being in the military. Because you do develop a lot of skills, a lot of life skills, a lot of knowledge that the average civilian wouldn't develop. So it is a good, you know, good and negatives to the military. I don't downplay it, but I definitely don't upplay it either. I try to be neutral on, you know, what you're looking for. That's what you're going to get out of it. Whatever you're looking for when you go in, that's exactly what you're going to get out of it. So if you're looking, oh, I only want to go into military because I need money, you get exactly that out of there. But then you won't be getting all promoted and getting different medals and all badges and honor and stuff like that. But if you go into like, hey, I want to go in and maybe potentially be a officer or a general or something like that, that's what you'll get out of it, you know, because you eventually put in, you know, walk the steps that you need to walk. But if you are the person that's like, I just want to do it because I don't got nothing to do with my life, that may be something good for you. But then what happens when you get bored of that? So is this based off of what you are looking for? And that's what anything in life. What are you looking for in life? That's what you would get. That's what I'm getting, exactly what I'm asking for. I'll ask the creator, like, hey, I want to be able to connect with people. I want to be able to talk to people. I want to be able to open people's eyes. People are wide-eyed, but still blind to how a Muslim is as a real person. Like, people are shocked when I'm telling you, I went to a sports store and they saw me looking for football gear. They was just blown. This guy would talk to me for about 30 minutes because he was so blown away that I was buying football gear and actually knew what I was talking about. So that's the type of impact I'm really, really trying to develop.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you see these other questions on here? One of the questions that maybe is direct.
Was really, sorry. With the ASVAB test, my recruiter, he was really, really surprised at the score that I got. He was really trying to get me to go into PSYOPs, which is like being behind the scenes, like the FBI for the military. You know, basically you're like behind the scenes doing secretive missions. And I was like, will I go overseas? He was like, yeah, you go straight overseas. I was like, oh, I don't want that job. He thought, you know, I really like made it like I was excited. I was like, will I go overseas? Mm-hmm. And he was like, yeah, you'll go right overseas. And if you know, because I got a nice score on the ASVAB test. You know,
what is the ASVAB? What's it stand for?
I have no idea. The Army something. I don't know. I don't know if it's even Army.
But it's a test that you take before you go into the military?
Yeah, it's like a standardized test to see where you will be best suitable for the military. You know, where you'll be best suited. And so I was best suitable everywhere. Someone who don't score such a high score, they put them straight in infantry or they put them in truck driving, because those are people that's going straight over and just, you know, they don't need the mental capacity to be able to operate certain things and do, you know what I'm saying? All they need to know is how to put on their gear and how to shoot a weapon and how to run.
Did you study?
Hmm?
Did you study?
Heck, you know, I ain't studied for that test. Like, I didn't know what to study. Like, the recruiter, he gave me like this thick practice book, and I glanced through it like, yo, like, I didn't even like standardized tests in high school. Like, I'm not about to do this. So it was just like things like I kind of learned in college, and I was like, because most people who enlist into the military don't have, a lot of educational background. They aren't college people. Like people who go to college, they know what career they want to. Most people, I'm not gonna say all people. Most people who go to college, they already know what type of career they want to be into. But some people who join the military after college, they usually score higher because they have that higher level of education. Because the type of things that they put is stuff that would be like 9th, 10th grade level of stuff. But then they do got stuff like tools, and which I was pretty good with, because I mean, my mom, she used to fix up stuff around the house, her own stuff. She was a single mom. I knew what a wrench was, and I knew what a socket wrench was, and I knew the difference between a vice grip and a regular, monkey wrench. So that's a part of the test that, a lot of people probably failed in, that I think they were surprised that I got such a high score, because I scored higher in everything.
Sure. Yeah, we got in there, thanks Coach Ernest, Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery. That's what ASVAB stands for.
Yeah, I never would have got that.
Yeah, and I also remember earlier in the call you said that you did PR for the military, which is really cool. But we have one more question from the audience, it looks like, and then we have the 3 questions for you at the end. So we're going to do this one first because we only have about 8 minutes left. But it says, are you able to pursue health and fitness full-time currently, or do you have multiple streams of income? What's that look like?
Do I have multiple what?
Streams of income. It's a question, a few comments back from Coach Ernest.
Okay, yeah. So actually, depending on what your living standards are, because I have very, very low living standards. So based off of me just having 5 clients, I can live off of that. If I have 5 clients that's paying a certain amount each month, I can live off of that. I don't have a high level of living standards. I don't have TVs and a whole bunch of computers around the house and just stuff like that. So I live very low standard. So I can live comfortably. I can buy groceries and things of necessity. That's, so I can personally live off of it. Someone else, depending on your living style, you will have to have a good basis of I want to say not your pricing, but a good, like a nice group of people that's consistent. In order to be able to live off of your earnings, you have to have people that are consistent. And the consistency comes from you, not from them. You are consistent. The more you are consistent, the more they're going to be consistent. The more that you are like, hey, I need you to do this, do this. I'll show them. Like, the more professional you seem, the more people are going to refer you, the more clients you're gonna get. When I first started, I didn't seem very professional, so I have 1 or 2 people here and there. But then when I started seeming more professional, all types of people, all walks of life, I'm having my football teammates train their family members. That's how professional I seem. But before, I've been trying to do this for years. So you have to develop a standard for yourself, like how professional do you want to seem? And once you become a professional at it, then you're going to start getting paid as a professional. But if you're going to be an amateur and just, kind of play around with it, oh yeah, I know how to, exercise and you can exercise with me, that's what people are going to look at you as, a workout partner, and not their coach or not their mentor in physical fitness,
Yes,
that's something that she developed, that she saw how professional I looked. Even though I was very new at being a coach. When she came onto the scene, I was very, very new as a coach. But I carried myself professionally. And that's what helped me develop myself. Where she started referring people, and then they started referring people, and everybody else. That's how you develop, and that's how you can actually live off of it. Get people who are consistent with you, and then they'll start bringing in more, the consistency of more clientele will come in for you.
Those are all kinds of gems. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. So the way we like to end off is 3 things. We'd like for you to share 1 key takeaway based on everything that you shared. If we only remember 1 thing, what would that 1 thing be? Number 2 is we like to actively build our Lead the Way Learning Academy library. So whether it's a book or some kind of resource, what would you offer us to add to our library? And then number 3, what is a challenge or an invitation that you'd like to bring to us today? It's Wellness Wednesday. What's something that we can do right now that's going to add some type of wellness to our lives?
Okay. The first question was what?
Key takeaway.
Okay, key takeaway. All right. Be a beneficial person. All right. The more you benefit others, the more you receive benefits. That's a key takeaway.
Number 2 is a book or some type of resource to add to our library.
You know, me being a spiritual person, I would definitely say add the Quran. You don't have to add it to your bookshelf or your book repertoire to become a Muslim, but to just get insight. It's a very, very good read. You'll be surprised. So the Quran, the clear Quran in English is not all in Arabic. The clear Quran will be the book that I prefer.
And the last thing is, what is a challenge or invitation that you have for us today to add more wellness to our lives?
All right. For those who aren't fasting, try to drink water. Drink water. That is the least looked at health beneficial thing that we have amongst ourselves in the whole world. Like, we don't drink water. It has multitudes of health benefits. So drinking water is something, it's so simple. It's not something that you have to go out and have a lot of money for. I wouldn't recommend something that a homeless person wouldn't be able to do. A homeless person will be able to go and drink water. So that's something that I would want everybody to challenge themselves to do. Be a water drinker.
Not only is it accessible, but it adds a multitude of benefits.
Yes.
That's what's up. Well, thank you so much, Coach Omera, for joining us, Coach Ninja. We're grateful. We had fun today. We learned a lot. Yeah.
I appreciate it. I have fun.
That's what's up. So, masalama.
Oh, there you go. Masalama.
Hey, I'll be ready.
Now,
I'll be ready.
I appreciate this. Are we going to be able to save this? Am I going to be able to, like, archive this?
I will try. Typically, we don't have the function to save on our live. The best thing that I can say is to screen record. Even if you're not screen recording the whole thing, we can screen record certain areas. But okay. I will try to save if that option is given to us today. Often, prior, it never has given us the option.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you so much. So we're going to go ahead and do some final announcements. You can stay on camera or I can exit you. It's up to you.
I'll stay on camera.
All right, stay on camera. So tomorrow we have our Lead the Way Learning Academy leadership development session with Coach Greg and Coach Caroline. That is at 3 p.m. on IG Live. On Friday, we have our industry highlight for firefighters and first responders. We have Elizabeth Stanton, who is a firefighter for Columbus Fire Department, who will be sharing with us her experience at 1 p.m. on Friday. And then starting that first full week of May, which is next week, we're going to do collective productivity time, kind of like a study hall, but you can benefit whether or not you are in school or not. I'm going to take part in it because it's very beneficial. It's going to be Mondays from 8 to 10 p.m., Thursday mornings from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Those might be hours where we're not always productive, but we can come together and see the value of being productive. And then we'll keep doing our Wellness Wednesdays and our Industry Highlight Fridays. We thank you so much for joining us. Let's see. Coach Chris says, your phone's camera, now I switched the setting yesterday whenever we went live last time. Okay, so hopefully I'll be able to save. I think that's what he was saying. So again, we should be able to save it, and just want to say thank you to Coach Ninja again and everybody that joined us. Maslama, happy Ramadan, and yeah, be well. Take care. Peace.
All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.